Well, I do know that Ledge Council works very diligently preparing legislation for the province of BC, for this building. I've been in government. I know how hard they work. We didn't have a fall session, so they weren't working then. We've been here for 4 weeks. It doesn't take that long to amend a piece of legislation. We did it in a week and a half, and we don't have half the resources that the government of British Columbia does. It's bordering on pathetic and laughable that the Attorney General of British Columbia is claiming that he can't amend legislation when he wants to.
Right. What do you think the holdup is? Like, why do you think the holdup is?
Well, I think that they want to get out of here and they don't want to amend the legislation until after we've had an election. The challenge they have is that there's no ability to summon witnesses, there's no ability to present evidence, and as a result, the Act is impotent. We put in provisions in our bill to ensure that the lobby register can take action when there has been a breach of protocol and a breach of the Act. The government should be able to do that in short order. It shouldn't take them months and months and months to do that.
In fact, years actually, because after the Dobell case, Campbell said at that time, 2 years ago, they were going to bring in the changes.
That's right. Well, and last year, last year, talking about the Inquiries Act, the Attorney General said that accountability shouldn't just be at election time. It should be all the time. And we were hopeful that he would be here today to be accountable again to the people of BC for these pieces of legislation that ensure that there is integrity in government. We used to be leaders in this field in the 1990s. We're not anymore, and it's a result of Mr. Opal's inability to get his ministry to produce the legislation.
Do you think it's Opal, or do you think that's higher up that is thwarting this?
I know that Ledge Council works as I said before, I'll repeat it again. Ledge Council, I know these people, they work very, very hard, but it's not rocket science. These are bright folks that do this for a living. It doesn't take 2.5 years to write an amendment to a piece of legislation.
Why wouldn't the government want to introduce this legislation? I mean, you'd think that they'd want to get this issue off the books before they go into a campaign.
Well, I would have expected the legislation last spring. I would have expected the legislation last fall, and I certainly would have expected the legislation based on the cut and run that the Attorney General has been doing on just basic questions about the activities of the Premier's campaign manager.
So why? Why do you think they would?
Well,
it would get the issue off the table?
Thanks to Public Eye Online, I've been watching the attorney speak fulsomely in the hallway when he won't speak in the legislature. I think Public Eye Online should ask him again, what's the deal? Why is it taking you so long?